Good morning, Shane. Hey, good morning, Cameron. Good
Morning,
morning,
Chef.
Keaton. Good morning, John. Jonathan. How was your weekend, guys?
I worked all weekend.
Work is good.
Chef,
Yes, sir.
tomatoes are sold by the pound, not by the count, correct?
Yes. So, guys, be sure that your recipes, when you make the standardized recipes, don't put spoons and teaspoons and cups for measure of weights. You don't buy rice by cups. So wherever you get the recipes from, you have to convert when you do your standard recipes. So I was watching your job, Shen, so I have some observations. When we get into the class, we're gonna get one-on-one, okay?
Okay.
We have to make some adjustments, so they're there. Good job, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
So you just have to make those adjustments and straightforward start working with design your menu. That's
Okay,
exciting,
Chef.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're getting out, and with all that, you will have almost complete your project. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, Chef. How are you, Chef?
My speaker's on there.
How are you, Chef? Did you hear me, Chef? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Hey, Lauren. Hi, Lauren. Hey, Richard.
Morning, Chef.
Good morning, Lauren. How was your Friday visit to the doctor? All success? That's awesome. Can you hear me, Chief Cliff? It has no audio.
Hey, chefs, if my video's not on, I am paying attention. I'm also just packing.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Chef, finally.
Oh, okay. It was taking me a while. I don't know what was wrong. Thank you. Chef Pablo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can't hear you now.
Hey, Mina. Hey, Bella. Good morning, Maya. Hey,
Morning,
Joe.
Chef.
Hey, Joe.
Good morning, Chef.
Good
Or
morning.
my,
Good morning, Abram. Hi, Lyric.
Good morning, Chef.
good morning.
Maya. Maya, did you hear me?
Maya,
It's fine,
you
Chip.
there?
We will talk later.
Oh, okay.
I still receiving recipes with measures of volume and weight, Chef, instead of weight.
Hmm,
So they're gonna have trouble to cost. That's why the reason.
yeah.
And still the majority hasn't finished, Chef. The I have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Only 12 people finished the standardized recipes.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people finished the recipe cost. So there's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Chefs, I have a question.
Yes, yeah.
I tried to do the knowledge checks for last week today since I couldn't get into them before the end of Friday, and it wouldn't allow me to take the last one. I was wondering if y'all could allow me to
On week
take that one.
4? Is it week 4?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was last
about to
week's.
log in. I'm about to log in, so I'll look and see. I thought I fixed it, but I guess I didn't fix it.
Thank you.
I was about to say, it allowed me to take the other one, but not the very last one.
I'm working on it right now.
Thank you, Chef.
I'll let you know when I get it done.
Chef, on the list that Chef Robin sent us, we have Byron Presley. If he comes today, he has to talk to them.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, thank you, Chef.
Not a problem. I'll take care of it.
He's the only one on the list.
Yes. What's the date? I fixed that knowledge check. So that
you,
knowledge check
Sheriff.
is open now. No problem. Sorry for the inconvenience.
So Joe, yeah, the example of the recipe that you sent me on through email, it's good. The only thing, guys, you still put in tablespoons and things like that over there, and on measure of weight. So you have to change that. The rest is good.
Chef, would you mind showing those slides that show what gets measured by what one more time?
Sure, of course.
Thank you, Chef.
You're welcome. Line 19. Yeah.
Morning, Derek. Morning, James.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, Chef.
Okay, so there's three ways that we measure, isn't it? By volume, by weight, or by units. And normally that's the way that we bought things, isn't it? By volume, by weight, or by, it should be, or by units. So here in America, we measure by volume liquids, isn't it, in general? I know that there is recipes at home, recipes that they measure, they put recipes, cups of flours and dry things that they put, and they try to put the measure of volume over there. But you know, it's not accurate. We have a big problem there because a flour that you put it in a cup, if you pack it, can be 5 ounces. If you light it, can be 4 ounces. If you put it in this way, it can be 4.5 ounces. So it can be like an ounce difference just by trying to use a measure of weight, a measure of volume to try to put something that you should measure by weight. That's why in professional kitchens, all the dry ingredients that you buy by weight, we normally put in the recipes by weight. It makes sense? So if I buy, let's say carrots by weight, I will put by weight in the recipes. So if I try to put in the recipes, you know, a teaspoon of paprika, then, and you buy paprika by ounces, so you're buying by weight. So you should put it by weight, not by volume. So that's a big mistake that a lot of people here has on the recipes that put by teaspoon and tablespoons. That's something that you should measure by weight. So normally we measure by volume liquids, oil, milk, heavy cream, that kind of things, isn't it? Can be by gallon, by quarts, by pint, by cups, by fluid ounces that are not the same that weight ounces, but tablespoons and teaspoons. When we go to measure by weight, that will be pounds and ounces. just pounds and ounces. So there is no spoons or teaspoons or tablespoons. It makes sense? But if you buy by each, you know, like lemons, you buy by units, you have to put by units. Did you follow me? Hello?
Yes, chef.
Yeah, chef.
So get to our recipe that you have a home recipe and transfer to your standardized recipe. And I keep watching, you know, spoon of this, spoon of that. That is the dry ingredients that should be measured by weight. So if you go to the master list, it says 1 ounce of this, 1 ounce of that, isn't it? So there you are. But if you want parsley as example, how do you buy parsley? You buy
By the
by
bunch.
bunches.
Bunch.
So the same thing. If you're gonna put a bunch, a half a bunch, a third of a bunch, a fourth of an inch, something like that, isn't it? Because that's the unit of the unit of buy that you're making when you do your standard recipes. So we talk the same language.
Yes, chef.
So we should start, Chef. You're okay?
Yep, sounds good.
So guys, good morning, everyone. And thanks again for coming. This is gonna be a very challenging week. We have a lot of work to do. So just want you to know that we really appreciate that you have take the time to come and do the work and be part of this. We still have a lot of work this week. So this week, all the standard recipes has to be completed. All the recipe costs has to be completed, and the menu has to be done. So we have 3 tasks that should be done this week. I know that I have already 5 students that complete your recipe costs. So now you have to put price on you have to put your menus and price in the menu, and finish with the menu. So for that we're gonna talk today. There's some places that you can get for free, you know, menu designs that so you can make your own menus over there. There's people that they do the extra mile, like Maya. I have to say, you know, you really work so hard, and we appreciate that, and we feel very proud of you putting all that. You have to fix a little bit your recipe that is still putting spoons and teaspoons and things like that. But part of that, the rest is start working with. I saw also that you already have been working with your cost, so it's just good and amazing. For the rest, guys, we still have only 13 people has finished the standardized recipe, so the majority has to work on that today. Saying that, guys, let's go for our newsletter. So guys, put attention to your mails. because through the school mails, you should receive already the information where are you going to be working next block, isn't it? So I know that some of you are going to be on hybrid, some of you are going to be working on online, and all the information over there is going to be posted, and your chefs that are going to be your instructor during the next block, they will communicate with you. I think it's going to be during this week. So next week, you have to put attention and respond and ask all the questions that you have in mind about their classes, how it's going to work, the logistics and all that. They will answer you guys. So put attention to that. Another thing, guys, if you are in hybrid classes, let me put attention to that. The schools is putting, zero tolerance on what is safe procedures. So, like, you have to come 15 minutes before classes because they have to take you the temperature. You have to fill a survey every day before you get to class. No social events outside and get-togethers. That's prohibited. You get into the class, the chef will take your temperature and all that, and you get straight to work, and then you work and you finish. But if there is some little break on any of the rules, they will let you go back to online classes without any discussion. So on this, there is zero tolerance. So the chef will just say, you're going to online classes, and that's it. You can go and talk to Marcos, and says, hey, this is not happening. You are out to work on online. So put attention to that. Like if you get late one day, they're not going to let you get in class if you're late. Things like that. They are very, 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 very straightforward in the way that they handle the class on hybrid. So put attention to that, guys. You have to be responsible. You have to always wear a mask and avoid crowds and all that. I know that we have a class that some of the protocols will break and the whole class has to get into quarantine. So put attention to that, guys. You have to be sure that it's not only you, because it will affect the rest of the students too. So any question?
No, Chef.
Yeah, they just don't want people to be, because we've already had a couple of chefs, our classes go quarantine. So you've just got to be very careful. And I know that, somebody went to a big party and got COVID, and then went to school. And, that's just a negative. You don't do that sort of stuff. So, they just don't want you to be around a lot of people and bringing it into the school. So, very important.
And if you come in class and says, are you okay? And says, yes, yes, yes. And somebody says, hey, the guy was in a party and they discovered that you lied, then you're in big trouble. So a part of that, guys, there's no new news that I can say that the straightforward every week. And be sure that you have, if you need the jobs here in Austin, you have Derek and Jamil Hooper, that they are really ready to help you guys. These guys are just wonderful people, So when talk to them, they really will help you. There's a lot of business that are reopening right now here in Austin. So there is enough job for you guys if you want to come and work here in Austin. That's for true. Since seems that things have started getting in a kind of in a new normal way, there's a lot of business that are start open again. Of course, there's a lot of business that will never gonna be open again because they couldn't support 7 months of this nightmare. But the ones who survive, they are really working, like Poached and Freebirds and things like that. There you are. That was a joke of Chef Miguel. That's if you like Johnny Cash.
Mm-hmm.
What fruit do you think is the healthiest in the world? Grapefruit, pineapple, avocado, or blueberries?
Let's see. You got my blueberries, avocados. What's number 4? Blueberries. There's a lot.
Grapefruit, guys.
Shut the fuck up.
Grapefruit is so good.
That's a bad word.
You have to reduce cholesterol, prevent kidney stones. It helps to lose weight. That's a good thing. So let's start with our presentation for today. Can you see it, guys?
Yes, Chef.
Okay. So guys, we are right now in day 20 of 29 days. So there you are, 8 days to finish this block. We are getting close. We can see the light on the other side of the tunnel, isn't it? So this is a big, big week. So let me tell you this, guys. This week, all the recipes has to be finished. All the recipe costs has to be finished. And the menu has to be done. That includes design the menu and put the prices. So, and use, of course, menu engineering, isn't it, Chef? That we talk about that. So it should be, it's a whole ordeal. So you have to get into just design a beautiful menu and write it nicely and be sure that you put the right things and use the beautiful, menu engineering, use the sweet spots over there, the best real estates to go. Be sure that your dishes are moving. And we're gonna make a little analysis of your dishes to be sure if it's a starch, or they are plow horses, or they are, dogs, or that kind of thing. So there's a whole ordeal this week to work with, and be sure that the prices are put it in the right place and all that. So there you are, guys. So on Friday, guys, we talk a little bit about menu pricing. We're going to start today about that. So guys, remember, this is part of the whole process or standardized procedures that we implement in the restaurant, because we have to do that in the restaurant business. If you really want to success, we cannot open a business just, getting some recipes that and start working without have any control, because then you don't know where's your money go, if you don't know how to control your inventories, if you don't know how much you buy, if you don't know how much the size of the portions and everything, you're gonna be in trouble. So it's a matter of analysis, and a little of accounting to be sure that you have the right cost on the things, there's no waste, isn't it? So you wanna be sure that you use efficient all your ingredients, that you are not buying ingredients just for one dish, and then if you don't sell it, you're gonna get stuck with that ingredients, and then is this yield, how much you need to produce, isn't it? To be sure that it's the right size. And you have to review all the raw materials that you're using and all the proteins. Are you gonna buy and you're gonna process the proteins yourself, or you're going to buy it already portioned? that will take you, that's if you buy portion things from the suppliers, that will release a lot of working forces on it because you don't need to have somebody clean it, but also it will increase your cost. So you have to put on the balance what is good, what is not, and what is the best thing that you can have for your business. And then you have to start making your recipes. And your recipes, you take it from the internet, whatever, from your research, and then you have to make your recipes, and you have to make this laboratory process that you make your recipes and you wait it. So this is the thing, guys. A lot of you guys still send me recipes that are putting things that you buy by weight and you put it by unit of volumes. So that has to be fixed, guys. So if you have to return to the recipes and read on it, you have to do it. That part that you put, like salt and baking, I would say, what is that? Paprika and all these things, that you put in by teaspoons, because you don't buy by teaspoons. You buy those things by weight. So you have to put attention to that. And then, guys, when we have to do that, and it's already done, then we have to get from the standard recipe and make our recipe cost sheets. That's the next step. And when you have that, you have to analyze, and this is the job that I'm gonna do with the ones who already finished, and see, that's too much, that's too little, this is wrong, and be sure that your recipe has, at the right price. And when you finish all that, and you have already that, and you decided what's the price that you want to put it on each recipe, then you start doing your menu engineering, the design of your menu, where you're going to put the things, how are you going to do it, and you're going to finish with these things. So there you are. That's what we're going to have to do and finish this weekend, the whole week until Friday maximum. So remember, guys, there is a price that you need to do, and for that we have to make a standardized recipe first, then the recipe cost sheets, and then we have to make a good mix of those elements to be sure that we put it on the menu. And remember, guys, recipe cost is the cost of the elements of the plate. And then we have to be sure that we put the recipe sale price. It's a good price, isn't it? And we want to have a good idea of food cost. And that food cost should be 30%, already, for the project. And then you make at the end of the month, these things that you check your ideal food cost, and then you compare with the actual food cost, and be sure that you are on the right track. So design a menu is what we're going to do next. So design a menu, guys, is an effective way, to mix all these dishes and put it with the right descriptions in a paper, on a wall, on whatever you decided you're gonna put it over there, with the right prices, so you can have the right cost. So good menus, guys. About these crowded layouts, when it's hard to read it, you want to be simple. Remember, 109 seconds is the maximum amount that a guest take to read a menu, less than 2 minutes. So overwordy descriptions, unnecessary graphics, all that are distractions. So a part of that, guys, remember that the menu item should reflect the restaurant theme, all the work that you do, isn't it? And be sure that it's designed for the right group of people, for the right target market, isn't it? And another thing that we keep on the menus is these new trends that we have. So, and this is what are the people needs in the next year? What the people want? And I will show you today. Of course, you know, the first drafts of your menu, they are not going to come great, you know. It's a matter of working. So it's the same when your plates, when you start deciding the plates, this is not just one person work, it's a teamwork, how it's going to happen. And we work a lot and we make the dish 2-3 times and to find the right portions, the right presentation, the right way that we're going to do that. And when we are completely agree, then we say that's okay and we put the standard recipe over there. The same happened with the menu. We discuss, we put the menu here and there, and we move the dishes here and there until we get a final result that says, okay, that's good. That's how it should be. And then we prove it, we put it to our guests, and after we check it, how the guests are receiving that, maybe even that, we have to move some dishes. So we have to put attention that there's a menu is something that is alive, isn't it? No matter if you're doing static menus or if we're working with any other menu. So, menu basics, guys. We need a balance of classic dishes, isn't it? So you need something that people know, something that is new, and balance all together to maintain, you know, that I would say curiosity of the guest and what are you doing. So put attention to that. Remember, always, the menu has to reflect your concept. So I'm gonna be very strong on that. Be sure that you're doing the right thing. Then you have your menu pricing, you know, the cost against the price, you know, and that's a big thing because there is the competence is on the middle. That you, how are you not going to compete? You're going to compete with pricing. You're going to compete with quality. What is going to make you compete? That you're going to make a lot of presence in the media. You're going to do a lot of advertising. You're going to do a lot of promotions. How are you going to make you? How is this going to work? You know. So you have expensive and inexpensive dishes, and you have to put attention and measure all that in your menu, and be sure that your menu at the end is a menu that gives you profits. If it's not giving you profit, something will be wrong to fix. So the layout of the menu, guys. Remember, the menu that you're making, it should reflect the basic design of what it is, isn't it? So it should reflect the concept, the location, the theme that you are initially putting over there, isn't it? The color should reflect all that on your menu. You know, that's the theme of the restaurant. If you are doing, you know, French bistro, there you are something like this, isn't it? It looks like a French bistro, something like that. So put attention to that. The colors, you know, on this, if you want to put colors, you know, there you are, like this. This is a good example. If you have green, white, and red, and that is the color of the Italian flag, you know, and you can put emphasis, and this is a Tuscan cuisine if you do Tuscan cuisine. But hey, put attention because green, white, and red is also Mexican. So people can identify like Mexico. So put attention that you really want to be sure that when you design your menu, it reflects what it is. Then you have the real estate, isn't it? You have all this space where you're gonna work and put it all this your dishes, you know, and you want to be sure that you can separate by groups. You can put appetizer, soup, salad, main entrance, and things like that, you know, or not, but you can separate it with groups, and you have to highlight the things that you needed. And remember, you know, like here, that's a sweet spot over here, isn't it? So you wanna highlight all these sweet spots over there. You wanna highlight your type of cuisine. You need to highlight your signature dishes. So put attention to that. So breaking into different sections, that's great, isn't it? So depend on the size of your menu. If you are using one-page menu, on that page, one page, you can put 2 columns, isn't it? And 2 columns and 1 page looks good. And you can, the same thing, the guest is going to read it on the same way, you know, start on the right side and center up, and then start moving to the left. So you have to put attention to that. How are you going to break it? How are you going to put, like here, you know, you have this fried chicken. That's what they want to sell, you know, that's this beautiful real estates over there. But you can also put on in this area, you know, nice dishes over here, because this is another sweet spot over here that people read it, you know. And you can mix, like, you know, you can put here a plow horse, and down on the plow horse you can put a dish that, you know, it's like a puzzle. You can put a puzzle over there, and that will help you to run and move those dishes that are, you know, I'll have a lot of profitability, even that they are not too much attention to the guests. So we have to put that attention, like market, but put it in a way that it helps. Then we have the menu descriptions. We have to write the descriptions of the dishes, and we have to make in a way that the customer read it in very short period of time, isn't it? Searching and reading is something that the guest is going to do it, and we don't want the guest to get confused, because there is, you know, 90 seconds to do the whole thing, isn't it? So put attention to that. So menu description should be vivid. It should help to sell the dish just by the description. They get an appetite appeal, isn't it? Explain what the major ingredients maybe are, you know, if they have ethnic food and things like that. You can use, you know, magic words over there to describe. But when you do description, guys, be short. You know, we don't want long descriptions. It has to be, descriptions has to be easy to read, not too wordy. And we don't want too technical words that maybe the guests don't understand. It has to be written in a simple way, easy to understand. We don't want.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
Yes, Chef.
You don't want to be too wordy. Too. You know, you want to use good words, but you don't want to like oversell it as well. You know, you don't want to put juicy, well, you can write juicy, but juicy, very moist, you know, don't, you know, I mean, sell it, but don't oversell it type of deal. So,
and yes, don't go to the details, guys. And the last thing, you guys, don't put adjectives of quality to your food that it's going to perceive by the customers wrongly. Like you cannot say, you know, this, I'm doing this steak cooking to perfection. That is very arrogant, that you think that your dish is cooking to perfection. And because the perception of the guests are different between one person and another, isn't it? What is a perfection cooked steak? So that's just the if you put this steak is cooking to perfection, that's a personal opinion of the person who write that. So when the customer come and think it's not perfect, then you look like a liar. So, and you lost all the credibility on your menu, and that's it. So it's a bad thing to put that kind of things, you know, and cook to perfection, you know, and that kind of things is just not good to go. You have another example, Chef?
I don't know. It was cooked golden brown, or not golden brown. Golden brown would be fine, I would say.
So there's many words that we can use to describe these things without put these adjectives that really are going to put it in a bad stage, isn't it, Chef?
Yes.
And I'm gonna go again to these descriptions that I do it, guys. So because I found that was very good, you know. And there is these things that that acid, you know, acidic is for something that is sharp in the taste, or sour, or bitter, that something is harsh and tart, bittersweet. It has a little bitterness and tartness and sweetness, like a fruity kind of thing. Briny is another thing, another way to put salty. Citrusy is something that it takes some oranges or lemons or some kind of citrus. Cooling is if it has this feeling of cold temperature, like mint and things like that, isn't it? Earthy is what we call, umami, all these things that taste like soil, and we use a lot for wines, for root vegetables and things like that. Mushrooms, they are earthy, isn't it? So fiery is this heat, or spicy, or fresh. We use that word fresh to something that is crisp and taste and something that is crisp, herby, or something that it's completely from the day. Or fruity, it's the flavors of fruit, or herbal, if you have that if you want to put a lot of these aromatics in your food. Or nutty, we put a lot of nutty because our rice can be nutty, or cheese can be nutty. Or rich, when we have a lot of cream or butter, that taste, it says rich. Or sharp, when the flavor is completely defined, very clear in the taste, it's sharp. And then when we use for acidic things, for that kind of sharp flavors, smoky or sour, spicy, for something that is a little hot. Tangy also we use for things that are a little bitter. Or tart also we use for something that is sour, or it has acidity. Yeasty is something that has yeast or some kind of fermentation, or woody, or zesty, that is something that is fresh and vivid. Airy, something that is light, pillowy, creamy, soft, with incorporated of air. Or buttery, something that is very smooth and creamy texture, or chewy, or creamy, or crispy, or crumbly. All those are words that we use to describe our dishes, guys. Crunchy, crusty, delicate, something that is light and fine. Doughy, to describe a texture that is kind of soft, and at the same time has a lot of coloring. Fizzy, which has bubbles. Flaky, like a dough or something like that. Fluffy, a lot of texture. Earthy is not very robust. Juicy or succulent. That's really nice words, isn't it, Chef?
Yes, it is.
And silky, that we use a lot for something that is kind of it has that nice feel in your mouth. And also we describe methods. We put like bake it, like blanch it, like blacken it, like braise it, bread it, broil it, caramelize it, or char it, or ferment it, or fry it, or glaze it, or infuse. We use infuse a lot on describes when you have a meat that has marinated, as example, with flavors. We infuse that meat. Or marinated, or poach it, or roast it, or saute. All those are words to describe methods of cooking. Sear it, smoke it, whip it. So remember, guys, there's always trying to be positive words, isn't it? Like dry versus crispy, isn't it? Instead of says chicken with a dry breading, you can say chicken with a crispy breading. Instead of greasy, you can use, and instead of say pasta with a greasy sauce, you can make pasta with a velvety sauce. Instead of put sugary, you can pick honey, like pears with a sugary drizzle, you can make pears with a honey drizzle. Or Burnet, it says Burnet salmon compared with blackened salmon. Or something that is thought but hearty, a piece of thawed bread is a piece of hearty bread, Or mushy, you don't want to put mushy, but we can put tender, isn't it? Tender crab cakes instead of says a mushy crab cake. Another
No
thing,
one wants
guys.
a mushy crab cake.
Yes, Chef?
I said no one wants a mushy crab cake.
No one wants a mushy crab cake, yes. So guys, when you are working with your menu, consider, work with the local foods, isn't it? Producing local is something that is very trendy right now. So you can insist that something that you are putting over there is producing locally, and you can make that the effort to be sure that you can work with local producers. Guys, one thing that is very important, guys, you have to, when we design menu, guys, we think not only on the dishes, but in the work in the kitchen, isn't that, Chef? And how many people
Yes.
is gonna need to produce that. So it's so fancy, go and says, okay, I'm gonna put this dish and that dish and that, And I have that is a great, remember that I'm talking about this couple of ladies that was in the school, and they went to work with these beautiful, fine people that give them the job of taking care of a kitchen. And they start putting, a lot of dishes, and then they discovered that they need a lot of people to work on those, a lot of dishes that they put on the menu, and they hired a lot of people, and then all the money was going into labor camp because of the menu. So there you are, and you do that, you think about how much people you need to produce that. And the other thing is the equipment. What are the equipment that you need in the kitchen to produce that you are producing, It worth the invest, So we count, we want to be sure, and that's what I do myself, guys. When I have to open a kitchen and I have menus, I want to talk with the chefs, with the people who are there, and says, okay, guys, so we have this equipment. How many hamburgers we need to sell to be sure that we have this griddle paid? And he says, okay, if we do this many hamburgers in a month, okay, that's fine. If I know that that is going to move my equipment, that will be fine, isn't it? But if I have to buy an equipment and then want to use it one in a while, this over there, I put a lot of money on that equipment and it's not moving. So we have to put attention to that. And we want to be sure that all the equipment that we have in the kitchen will work with your menu. So you can have sauteing if you have stoves, and if you have flat grills, you can put the things that go into the fry grill. If you have fryers, that you have to put on that. If you have grills, you have to have things that go into the grill. So it's a complex thing, guys. It's not easy to do that. It's hard to do that. It's very complex, but it's something that need to be done. You have to add some words on that, Chef.
Designing a menu or designing making sure, let's say if you buy a grill and you don't need a grill, that's not smart, right? So you need to make sure for sure you need to have the menu first before you actually buy any of the equipment, because you might not need any of that equipment that you buy.
Well, a good example is refrigeration. And then you buy a refrigeration and you discover that, oh, it's not enough to storage your food for the day. You have a problem then, because you're designing all the space in your kitchen and you discover at the end that you're gonna need another refrigerator. Are you kidding me?
But we were talking about having like stagnant menus. So we were talking about like changing up what you have on the menu. So I mean, granted, grill is a very overdramatic example, but say you change one of your menu items to have steak in it, and you need a grill at that point. Which I mean, most kitchens have griddle tops and stuff like that, so you don't really
Yes.
have to worry about it. But in this situation where you use the grill as a example,
Yeah.
like we were talking, how does that work? Like, because you can't
Yeah,
predict the
so,
future menu
so
items if.
let me tell you, this is what I will do it, isn't it? So I have to say, and I have to say, if I have to use the griddle just for, let's see, just for steaks, how many steaks I have to produce to pay that griddle? You know what I mean? And then I have to say, okay, to pay that griddle, I have to do, 30,000, I don't know, 3,000 pieces divided by 12 months. How many a month you need to pay, and is it worth it? It's worth the effort to put that money in the grill or to have that meat into the menu. So that's very, very important. And also there's two elements, one, the equipment, second, the people that you need to do that. It makes sense? Haley, did I answer?
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
Yes. And one thing, Rice, remember, the space of the kitchen is between 25 and 35% of the total space of your restaurant. So that is the kind of an average, guys. But if you have a specialized kitchen, maybe you can use even to 45% of the size of the whole thing. So, but the real estate, it's a lot of money, isn't it? Put a lot of real estate over there. That means a lot of invest. So you want to be sure that you use in the most efficient way the real estate that you have over there. Put in the right equipment, the right size that you need it, so you can produce effectively the items that are put into your menu. And there's a lot of work, we do studies of how you move inside of the kitchen. I mean, how many times the person is gonna line down his back to pick things from the bottom. How many times a day? It's gonna affect the back. The guy was gonna finish with back pain. So no, we don't want ovens down there, as example. We can put the ovens up. So we make that kind of studies to be sure that when we work in the kitchen, the people who is working has the conditions, the best conditions to work over there. And it's ergonomic, isn't it? The tables are in the right size. So, and the equipment is in the right proportion for the people who are working. The space of walking, it has enough space so they don't hit each other. They don't produce accidents. They have enough space to move trolls, to move racks on that areas, isn't it, Chef? And
Yes.
so that is also almost security, and you need to have some regulations also. Like here in Austin, you need to have a hand wash. I think it's every 12 feet of the kitchens. So and you need to put one, and this is something that you need to have all these regulations of the city on place, and be sure that you keep all those regulations. So there you are. Then put the price. You have all the menus and you need to put the price. So create the right price. It's kind of a nightmare, because it's that is going to affect completely your production. The prices is going to affect the whole thing of your business, because how you sell is what is make it's gonna be success or complete failure. So you have to put attention to that. So you need to control on one side your food cost, isn't it? But another side you need to compete on the market. So there's these two things, isn't it? How you bring attention to the customers to come here, and they think that they have some value for the money that they're putting over there. It makes sense? Because at the end, there's a psychology factor, isn't it? So there's a lot of things that we have to think, and We want to be sure that we want to reduce costs. So if I have a product I want to sell in one way or another, so I want to put, you know, 2 or 3 different ways that I can be sure that I move those items, especially when we talk about proteins. What else? Another thing is, you know, it's a good idea sometimes think that you can buy portioned items already portioned. So you can buy the steaks already portioned, you know, or you can buy the chickens already fabricated, like you can buy like just the wings already frozen, isn't it, chef? Or thighs,
Yes.
or whatever you wanted. It's gonna cost you more. So then you have to think it worth versus the amount of money that you have to pay for a person that will have to do all that work, isn't it? So that is a matter of how much volume you have on the restaurant, you know. Sometimes it's justified to pay a little more to the supplier and don't have to do yourself. And they give you some quality, isn't it? They give you a standard on the way that they give you things, and you just buy it and just work immediately without spending time on fabrication and things like that. But it costs a little more, for sure. And that's a good example will be buffalo wings, isn't it? You want to put buffalo wings. How many chickens you need to fabricate to make buffalo wings? You know, it's going to be a lot of chickens when you can just buy the wings by itself. So that kind of decisions you have to put attention to take and how it's going to work. So guys, so spending money, if I'm a customer, I'm like to put myself in the shoe of a customer. If I'm the customer, what I want. And we know that, you know, in some point there is I will get some budget, isn't it? So I will say I want to eat in a restaurant, and I have some budget that I think that I'm not going to spend more than that. It makes sense? I don't know what to eat, but I know how much I'm going to spend most likely. And on that range, I'm going to start thinking what I'm going to get. But at the end, what I want to get is something that gives me some sensation that what I'm having is it's some what is this? I give some quality for the amount of money that they are giving me. So I spending money in something that it's worth it. It makes sense? So, and if I spend money and I think, and I finish thinking, you know, oh, I spend that money, and I really think that, you know, that was great, you know. I have this experience and I put this money, but I think that it's worth it. You know, the value that they give me, it's like a bargain. I receive a bargain, you know. It's a great value. I have this great service, and I paid this, and it was not too much, you know. It was just amazing, and I feel like a win. If I feel like I win, and I have a great thing and a great experience for the price, I will return. That's the kind of feeling that you want to have. So it's not just a matter of money, but it's also a matter of experience that you give them to that. So that's why I says, when in this business, guys, what we want to do is we don't sell them a list of ingredients to the guests, isn't it? We don't sell a dish that is just prepared. So people is not just come for food. They come to get some value. So you need to put value into that food. That's why you're here in a culinary school. And that's what we do. We put some value in the food. And the food after we process, we put some value. And the value can be the name of the person, the way that is prepared the food, isn't it? And you know, I'm willing to pay. And I said, that's so beautiful. Look at this, is so beautiful. And you feel that you're having this amazing experience. So there we are, guys. So the next will be, you start have taking some decisions, isn't it? When you start working with your menu, there is the demand of dishes versus the profit the dishes are given to you. So if you have dishes that are highly demand from the customers, and you have a lot of profit from that, those are amazing, isn't it? We call it stars. High demand, high profit, isn't it? And then we have something that is, high demand, but it's low profit. So those are the plow horses. So we need to work on that. Probably what we have is too high the price, isn't it? It's something we have to work, or maybe we have to make some dishes and put it here and there in the strategic places of the menu, on the real estates to make it move, And then we have what we call these puzzles, that are, high demand, but we don't make too much money. But people like them, So that's a problem. So we have to think about what are we going to do with that. And a good example of that is sometimes, we have to make some adjustments on these things, that maybe a hamburger, the people really like it, but we are not making too much money on that one. So put attention to that. Maybe we have to change a little bit, We have to do some changes to be sure that that high demand dish gets some money on that. But the ones that we don't want is the dogs, low demand, low profit. So those are dishes that are, they don't have too much demand. We don't make money. But sometimes we have to keep it on the menu, and those maybe is like, kids menus and things like that, that we have to keep it on the menu, even that we are not making money because the customers really, really need it. So put attention, but that's how we have to move and what are we going to do. And that was one of the exercises of this week, week 4 conversion quizzes, guys. So I hope that you put attention to that. So the stars, that's what it is, a lot of this area, high profits, high demand. There you are. Those are the fantastic dishes. You don't have to do too much, isn't it, on that? These are the stars, beautiful. You can put it in special places in the menu, isn't it? Down there, you can put a plow horse. So the stars have to move a plow horse, isn't it? That is a high, that will be a low demand, but we make money, isn't it? So there you are. So this can help to pull one of these. And then we have the puzzles, that these are the ones that puzzles are low popularity and high profitability, isn't it, Chef?
Yes,
All horses are the ones that are, yes. Then the dogs, guys, is the ones that we don't want it. They're there. We're trying not to have too many horses, too many dogs on the menu. That would be bad. But attention, guys, put attention, because 20% of the incomes come for 17%, I would say 80% of the incomes come for 20% of your menus, for your dishes. So put attention to that. So you want to be sure of that. And remember, this is important, guys. Food is fashion, isn't it? Food is changing. And with multimedia today and all the things that happen, there is a lot of changes, isn't it? So I was making a little research of what are the trends for 2021, guys. What are people wanted for 2021? And people says about, healthy food. People will work more on healthy food, so people want to be, food for active people, and they want protein plus, and they want probiotics, and they want, there's lifestyles promotion food, isn't it? And maybe they want also some cannabis kind of products that get into the menu, That's gonna be trendy, and
Oh, yeah.
they're gonna be, they want more transparency in the way that you present your dishes. They want this healthiness on the front, when they bought it, they want to know exactly how are you making the dishes and where that food comes. And they are a lot of climatarian, they want to really take care of what happened with the climate, and you have to be with that trend, and they want detox food, and they want, neutral climate people doing that, and they want to be sure that you want to be places that are cross generational. There's another things that coming from this, they want to be in a places that they can meet people from other generations that we don't have before. They want to have some self-care, they want to take some decisions about their care, and they in beverage they want an infused food, they want seasonal things, plant milk, fermented fruits, sour beers, floral flavors, teas, a lot of teas, and infusions, and they want to be that has to be global, regional, and climatarian. And flavors of cuisine, they want micro-ethnics, they want this ethnicity, they want plant-based plates, they want pickle alternatives and flowers, new flowers, and they want wild game, and they want cannabis incorporated in their food, and they want fruits and vegetables and wildflowers and all that incorporated over there. And they want, micro gardens, they want to see micro gardens on the kitchens, and maybe delivery. And they want more technology on the websites, on better packaging. They want, this, what we call cellular agriculture, these small agricultures, and they want to see that. They want traceability. They want to know where their food come from. They want organic agriculture. They want respect for nature. They want climate change. They don't want pesticides or GMOs on the food. They want food that supports small agricultures. They want no products they don't want products that are in danger of extinction or has produced environmental damage. So all these things are coming from all this, what happened today, isn't it?
Yep.
They want to explore new options, like cauliflower crust for pizzas and sweet and salty desserts, new options of food. So after this pandemic, people come more foodie, more interested in new flavors, more attached to nature and environmental, put attention to do, and more attached to health, isn't it? Because one thing that we learned from this pandemic is if you're a healthy person, you will do well, isn't it? So there you are. So that's what's going to happen in 2021, guys. So next step, so we have right now standard recipes. There's still 2/3 of them. Only 1/3 of the students give us. Finish that. There's still 2/3 that hasn't finished your standardized recipe. You have to do it. That has to be done today, guys. Then we have standardized, we have recipe cost sheets. That has to be done maximum tomorrow, guys. Finished. Because on Wednesday, you have to start working on your menus. You have to find the templates, put the menu, and start working, put them here and there, put the right price, and start discussion with us. So guys, these are the 3 places that you can get must-have-menus.com, canva.com, or adobestart.com. You can get templates for you to making your menus all on those places.
When did you say the menus are going to be due?
This
Chef?
week has to be finished all that.
Like Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
So the only last thing that we need to do at the end, as soon as the menus are done, is your final list of ingredients, your inventory of ingredients. And that will complete the whole project, guys.
Trinity, you asked, how do you send your standardized recipes to us? Just email.
So guys, you need to be ready. Saying that. So don't go, guys. Are you there, Christopher Wells? Christopher?
Let me look.
Christopher, are you there?
I'm here, chef.
Okay, so put attention, your standard recipes, you have teaspoons for, let me see, for kosher salts, baby spinach on cups, chicken on cups. So all that you buy by weight, it should be by weight, my friend. So you have to recheck your recipes, okay?
Yes, chef.
Okay.
So basically, Chef Pablo doesn't want any cups for when it's a weight. If it's a weight, anything, you change it to ounces or to pounds or to whatever, but we do not want it in cups or tablespoons or.
Oh, you
any of
tell
that
me
sort of stuff.
4 tablespoons of ginger. Because then you want to buy the ginger. You don't buy by tablespoon the gingers. You buy by weight. So when you need to cost your recipe, you need to have by weight. So all these, Keaton, you have the same trouble. You have to fix it, okay? Keaton.
Wait, I have what problem?
That you put the measure of volumes and weight, guys. You have to fix your recipes, the standardized recipes.
Wow.
Preston, is Preston here?
Yes, chef, I'm here.
Same with you. You have to change all that, okay?
Yes, chef, I'll get on that.
And Preston, we don't have your menu yet. You already sent us the recipe, standard recipe, but not the menu. So send me the menu, please.
What do you mean menu? Like what?
The menu list, your list of ingredients, your list of dishes.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go with, this is Haley again. Are you there? So I want Haley, Ruben, Maya, Shen, wait, don't go because I want to talk to you guys, okay?
Sounds good, chef.
So Haley again, are you there?
Yes, chef.
Okay, so it's good job what you have over there. Good job. So what I see, it's a little too high in some things that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Because otherwise your prices are too high.
Yeah.
You know, like remoulade sauce, you have, you know. The serving is 1 ounce. 375 is too much.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to fix that, put attention, okay?
Okay. Thanks, chef.
Ruben Hernandez. Ruben,
Yes, chef.
okay, so put attention. I have your recipe. You follow me?
Yeah.
So, grilled tomato crostini, you put 3 pounds of tomatoes and 3 pounds of garlic. That is
No.
too much, my friend, for a crostini. So, and that because it's so high, the amount, you spend too much money on that. So, on garlic, for 3 pounds of garlic, what you need is maybe, if you put a half of a pound of garlic, it will be even too much, isn't it?
Yeah.
2
I will.
ounces.
4 ounces, let's see, 4 ounces. So instead of 3 pounds, I would say 4 ounces. And also you have on basil, 4 pounds of basil for crostini. And that 4 pounds of basil is like too much. So you have $25 of basil that you put in that, and it's too much, isn't it? Are you
Yes.
taking notes?
I'll.
That's your basil. So same thing here. So you are making 10 portions, so 3 pounds of mozzarella. And you have 2 quarts of olive oil. That's also too much, guys. That you put in 2 liters, almost 2 liters of olive oil for 2 pounds of mozzarella. That's like the mozzarella, like, you know, really, really swimming in oil. So you spend a lot of money on that. And the same thing with the basil. So you have to check all that amounts, okay?
Sounds
You
good,
hear?
chef. I'll get to it.
Okay. So put attention on all those details because it put too much pressure. So white bean prosciutto is expensive, isn't it? But nobody's gonna pay $25 for a white bean prosciutto. So you put attention. You have to be sure that you put the right price because of the ingredients are completely off. So get back, and the rest is good. Maya.
Yes, chef.
So your recipe is off because you put in bell pepper. You're making arroz con picadillo, isn't it? And you're
Yes.
putting here arroz con picadillo, and there is no rice. So,
Oh, that's what I forgot.
so first, there's no rice, and then second, you put that for 96 servings, and the amount that you have over there is. So you don't even have, you have one ounce, 2, 3 pounds. Let's see that you have 4 pounds in total, and you have 96 portions. So you're gonna give it less than 1 ounce of rice by person? Are you follow me?
Yes, chef.
So yeah, so put attention to that, okay? You have to be sure that you put the right amount on the servings. And like ropa vieja is one thing, isn't it? So you have here 2 pounds, 4 pounds, 6 pounds. Maybe 10 pounds, 10 pounds of things here for 50 servings. So that is too little for 50 servings. So you have to reduce those servings, okay? How much is a serving of ropa vieja? I would say half a pound. You're gonna put it half a pound, 8 ounces. If you're thinking I'm gonna get half a pound of ropa vieja by person, and you're gonna need like 25 pounds of elements here. Between 25 and 30 pounds of ingredients to get that half a pound of ropa vieja.
Yes, sir.
Makes sense to you when I'm talking?
A little bit.
So it's that means, you know, the amount of ingredients, it should reflect how much volume of your recipe you're producing and how much are you going to give it by person, by one portion. That's why your standard recipe is the base to make your recipe costs. So you have to take your standard recipe, and from the standard recipe, you jump to the recipe cost. Don't you think, Chef?
Yes, Chef.
There you are. So you have to review all that, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sean.
Yes, chef.
So you have an elote that you're going to cover with mayo and chile, isn't it? You're going to serve it like that, isn't it?
Yes, chef.
That's the whole thing. So elote mayo. It's good. So corn on the cob, 45 cents each. Yes, that's what normally is. So you're gonna give it 2 corn on the cob by portion?
Yes, chef. I'm gonna cut the corn off of the cob though to serve and put them in a bowl, mix it all together, and top it with the cookie.
You know, because you know it's I think it's better to serve individually, because I will pay $6 for a corn on the cob. No problem. You give me 1 corn.
Okay.
But I will not pay $12.50 because it looks like a lot of money for a corn on a cob, isn't it? Even that you're giving me 2.
Yes, chef.
It's better to sell by units. What do you think, Chef?
I agree.
So just make 1.
Unit is easier.
Okay, chef.
2 by portion. So you see here your cost of the salad. You know, salad dressing is very low, and the salad, yeah. That looks good. It looks good. Good job, Sean.
Thanks, Chef.
You should start working with your pricing. So that's not necessary. So the prices that you have in the costing sheet not necessarily is going to be the prices that you're going to put it. Isn't it? You have to be sure that you measure well. Some you can put it higher or lower, but at the end we want a 30% cost. Make sense?
Yes, Chef.
You should start working with your menus.
Okay, Chef. Will do.
Okay, guys, so put yourself to work. Want to see those standard recipes done for today, guys? You're on the right track, Joe. The only thing, put in ounces, not in teaspoons. Okay. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
So Lauren, can you hear me?
Yes, Chef.
So I'm gonna share with you, okay?
Yes, Chef.
So this is your recipes, isn't it? Your recipes, your cost recipe sheets. So here down.
Okay.
Don't forget to rename it and put the name of each recipe down here so it's easy to move down, okay?
Yes, Chef.
Let's do it right now and then we go back and work, okay?
Yes, Chef.
Hey, Chef.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So you don't want the standardized recipes in cups or teaspoons, but you want the pricing sheet in the ounces and pounds, I guess.
You can do cups. You can do cups, pints, and gallons, and fluid ounces on liquids.
Okay, but you won't wait on everything else.
But the rest has to be on weight. Yes, ounces or pounds.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
Hey, Chef, I'm going to step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Chef, do we go ahead and finish working on our stuff?
Yes, as soon as you finish, you can come and we can check it.
Okay, thank you.
Chef, do you mind showing me how to do the costing one more time? Like how to put it in and everything?
Who's talking?
Becca.
You want me to go to the recipe, to the cost sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Give me 1 second. So Becca, are you hearing me?
Yes.
So you see that, can you see the page?
Yes, I can.
You know where to find it?
Yeah, I know where to find this, but I don't know where to find the pricing for the ingredients.
The master?
Yeah, I don't know where to find that.
You want me to send it right now to your email?
Yes, please.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I already sent it to you.
Okay, thank you, Chef.
Trinity, that will be awesome. Are you there? Okay, send me and I check it.
Hi, Chef.
Yes, Lauren?
I just named all of what I did, what you wanted me to do. So now what are we supposed to be doing?
Okay, let me check right now.
Okay.
So let me check. So you have 32 ounces. We're gonna go for the dry morel bisque first, okay? You have 32, and then you have 8 ounces. And then you have 2 ounces, and then you have 2 ounces, and then you have 1 ounce, and 1 ounce. So, are you hearing me? So
Yes,
I
chef.
was, Lawrence, Aaron,
Yes,
so
chef.
on your dry morel bisque, I will put 5 portions, not 4.
I'm sorry, what?
5 portions.
5 portions?
Yes. Changing it?
Instead of
4
instead of 4.
instead of 4.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, I'm going to look at it. So it's 5 instead of 4?
Yeah, because you have a lot of ounces producing over there. Yeah.
Yes, chef.
So if you put 5, will be enough because you're gonna lose a little bit. You have almost 6 ounces over there,
Okay.
but you're gonna lose almost 1 ounce in the cooking process. So if you put over there 5.
Okay, I just changed that.
I don't see the change, but I can help you. There you are, 5.
Okay.
Then that your price is gonna be a little lower. You see that's gonna be a price that is more.
To be more, he likes
more correct, isn't it? Because it was too high for a soup to pay that much. But you can pay $18 for something like that. Still very expensive.
Yeah, those mushrooms are really expensive.
Yes, yes, I know. So we have 1 loaf of bread. With 1 loaf of bread, I would say you can get 10 portions.
The
So
bread?
you put 10 over there.
10 portions. Oh, yes, okay. Okay. Yes, chef.
And then you put
So, but you have very expensive here. So Roma tomatoes, you have $2.81 an ounce. Where'd you get that money? Where'd you get that
On
information?
Amazon. On Amazon.
That's too high.
Okay.
So maybe let me see the list because there's not too much difference with the master list.
how much is Roma tomatoes per ounce? 4 Roma tomatoes on your Amazon. Okay.
So you have 146 a pound.
That should be
So
50 cents a pound.
that's more likely. 1.46 a pound divided by 16, 9 cents an ounce. So here,
okay.
So what did you put?
You can go
Roma tomatoes to $1.50.
0.10, 10 cents. There you are. There you are.
Yay. Awesome. Thank you, chef.
You see how much? Just one ingredient to get it on the market. It changed completely the cost. So,
Yes.
So a bruschetta, it can cost, $5. Still very high. Let's see what else we can do.
You're supposed to fail. You're supposed to fail here.
I'm doing good at that.
So let's see. Olive oil.
If the green don't pour on your picture, it'd be 99%. As soon as it jumps from his picture to yours, that means it's
So 49, 43, 42.99 a gallon. So 42.99 divided. 128.
Just checking my math though.
Which one are you looking at?
I don't know.
4 cents an ounce. 4 cents an ounce.
4 cents an ounce on a. I'm sorry, you're looking at the bruschetta recipe, chef?
I'm working on the bruschetta recipe.
Yes, chef.
So that would be 0.04.
Okay, he's right there.
There you are. That has more sense. Yes. So there you are. So yeah, put in the right price there. Your cost, instead of has that big cost, it will be $1.21 one bruschetta. That has more sense, isn't it? And yeah, you can sell a bruschetta in $4 and people will pay it. You see that?
Yes, yes, chef.
So let's see the escargots.
Ugh. That's not.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's not.
Well, correct.
Yeah.
3 servings.
This escargot is expensive.
Escargot is expensive, yes.
I'm from Alaska, so I've had a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I love escargots.
Me too.
And you can get it local here also. Not necessarily it has to go from France, but I will get a lot of that load.
In Alaska?
Because you can get fresh escargot here on the market instead of get escargots that are common already canned.
Okay.
I've filled 5-gallon buckets with that stuff.
Really?
I've filled trucks with that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's so good. They're amazing, you know. And what the only thing that you have to do is you have to treat it, you know, like take it out and 24 hours you just put it, you know, like
You
just yes.
salt for a long time. You gotta brine it in salt for 24 hours or whatever.
Oh, that's purging.
Yeah.
And then you know not water and salt, you have to put it just and wash them well, and that's it. And then you cook it, take it out. It's easy. And then you just butter and garlic and parsley. That's it, my friend.
Yum.
Yum.
And good bread for that. But I will not pay $30 for escargot. Let me tell you that. That's very expensive right now. Out of the market. You're out of the market with that one.
Oh, too high. Oh, yes, chef.
So I will find, you know, local.
25. 20.
Market value, whatever that is.
Yes, I would say I will pay $20 or something like that. No.
20.
Yeah. I will not pay more because it's it's an appetizer.
Yes, chef.
So if you want to get down, probably I will get local escargots. Let me check right now.
Well, right now is a good time in the spring is where that stuff is affordable.
Okay.
It's not affordable right now.
He wants me to change this though.
He says
So let me get you just an idea.
if that was on the menu for that money, you wouldn't buy it. Right. But I don't think you're wrong.
No, the costing's fine. It's just that,
yeah, it's high.
you know, it's a high, and I didn't realize of an appetizer. I would say maybe 15, you know, no more than 20 for an hour.
So, do you guys ever take into consideration when you're doing pricing on there that like sometimes you sell a product for a loss to make other things work. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna sell a $30 steak,
Yeah.
you might sell this
yeah.
for 15.
Yeah, that's kind of like the plow horses and the dogs and all of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a dog there just because it helps out something else.
So this is the price right now. I know this stuff, the price.
So, I just checked right now this escargots, and it costs $14 a pound.
Yes.
On Amazon. So,
Yeah. Well, 11 for half a pound.
2 dozens. So, are you gonna serve by, you serve by dozens, isn't it? So how many escargots are you gonna put it?
I was probably gonna.
6?
Yeah, probably half a pound. I mean, 6.
6 escargots.
Yes,
So
sir.
6 escargots. So the price by let me see, 14.39. So this you should sell it by unit, isn't it? So it will be 14.39 divided by 24. 59 cents each.
59 cents each.
Times 6,
So you can put it in 0 ounces. You can put it each. Let's see.
I guess you could do each instead of by weight.
Okay.
One thing would be 6 of these.
So 6.
So 69 times.
And in zero ounces, you can put it by count.
Instead, yes, chef.
So in 0 ounces, put it here and count each.
Trinity, did you have a question?
Oh,
I see him doing it.
yeah, that's right. That's what I have.
And in 0, put it in weight here.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
So here it should be each. And in 0, put it in weight. You should put it in count, which would be 24. And here it should be nothing. There you are.
Thank you, chef.
Still too high. So your brioche is too high, 566 to produce one small brioche.
Okay.
So you have to or change the bread for baguette, no, because nobody's gonna pay $33 for in this case it should be 4.
Okay.
$24 for a half a dozen of escargot. So if you reduce the price of the bread, probably that's gonna get down.
Yes, chef.
Okay. The rest look good. So on the black bean burgers, let me see. You have discount 5, 2, 8. Five. So you have a problem here with the black bean burgers,
Yes, chef.
because according with this, you have only 12 ounces, 11 and a half ounces of product here.
Yes, chef.
So if you divide it by 5, you have patties of 2 ounces. They are too small. So minimum amount of a patty will be 4 to 5 ounces. Don't you think, Chef?
A patty would be about
For a hamburger.
about 4 to
6
4.5
ounces?
ounces, 4.5 to 5 ounces, I would say.
Yeah, so the recipe instead of being for 11 here, it will be just for 2. If you put here, change for 2, nobody's gonna pay you $51 for a hamburger,
Goodness, no. No, chef.
black bean hamburger. So something is wrong. So you have the yellow onion on the price. You have $1.95 an ounce. That's too much. The master list, I think it says,
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
what do you have? Yellow onions. Let me check. Yellow onions, 40 cents a pound.
Yes, chef.
1 pound.
1 pound. Yes, chef.
So,
Pablo? Oh, go ahead.
the chef.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So instead of here, it should be 40 cents divided by 16, 2 cents. So that will be 0.025. Why you want to buy canned beans? That's too expensive.
Okay, we can just do the dry.
Of course.
Dry goods. Yes, chef.
Trinity, that looks great.
And you
I
have
only got-
$7 for an ounce of garlic. That's also too much. That's not true. Lauren,
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
$7, $8 for a 1 ounce for garlic. Where you get that price?
I think I got it from Amazon for it was already minced.
Garlic,
I can change that though.
garlic, $2.45 a pound.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
You put that in a more food processor and it's done.
Sorry. Yes, chef. Thank
Are
you.
you kidding me?
Okay.
Chef Pablo,
Yes, sir.
I need to talk to Trinity for 1 second. Give me 1 second, all right? Hey, Trinity, it looks good. The only thing I would say is you need to, the only thing it looks great. I just saw one of them, one of your recipes. So if you have more, that would be awesome. You can send it, but I only saw that one that just sent, and that was the, I'm pulling it back up again. Hold on a second. That was the fried fish, I believe. So if you have any more, what I want you to do is, you want to put them at the bottom of your, the recipe. You've got one, now do the other one at the bottom. But I will show you, I'll I'll try to get you in a breakout room. Just give me a few minutes and I'll try to put you in a breakout
So
room.
Trinity, you have to put the name on the recipes and the portion size and all that.
Okay, he's not talking.
It only says fry.
Yeah.
The recipe says-
I'm going to
and
put her in a breakout room to
on
try
the
to.
very bottom, when it says sheet 1, you have to put a name also. You click that with your left side, and it's gonna get, you will get the, okay. Rename. When you rename, you put fried fish or whatever you're doing over there.
Yeah, you rename that area and put the name on top.
So what do you have 1/20 of a cup? What is that? I think you're missing, probably you're putting half of a cup. So this is one thing, when you frying, guys, if you are gonna fry that, don't put the cost of the oil, like half a cup of oil, because that will be too much, isn't it, Chef?
That is too much, yes.
So how much oil is gonna absorb? Very little, I think. So. And I think your time is up also, because how long it takes to fry this? 7 minutes, 6 minutes. And how long it takes to bread it? Another 5 minutes. So maximum, I would say 10 minutes the recipe, not 20.
Did you get all that, Trinity?
The rest is good, Trinity. Cameron Enriquez.
Thank you, Trinity.
Cameron.
Yes, Chef.
Okay, so here, when you go up on your recipe, your first recipe, you have to put Cameron Enriquez.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Recipe cost sheets. So we know that is you here on the very top.
I just put CE for my name. I'm sorry.
This all has to change. This mark in blue.
What was that?
Let me put it. Can you see your recipes?
Yes.
Okay. Here.
Yeah.
The first thing, Cameron Enriquez, recipe cost.
Okay.
We know this you.
Okay. Oh,
The first things that we want to know is your name.
all right.
Yeah. Anyway, and down here, Cameron, down here, you see in the very bottom that says recipe 1. You click with the left side, and when you put rename each one and put the name of each one. So it's easy to move.
Okay. Yeah,
check.
I was gonna do that at the
So
end.
do it all that and then come back, okay?
Okay.
Lauren. All right. So what are you supposed to be doing? Is that what you were asking? Right now?
Yes, Chef.
Were y'all working on, did y'all change a few of those pricing on your, like your escargot and all of that?
Yes, Chef.
Okay.
Just working on that, Chef.
And I
Oh,
did.
I think she's done with it now.
We were supposed to be doing for our daily assignment, and I wanted to get started on that.
Oh, daily assignment, this, working on this.
This is your daily assignment. This is what you have to finish in all the recipes.
Okay, so we're
You have to go and check one by one and be sure because your prices are too high.
Yes, Chef.
I'm telling you, want to make money.
Nobody's gonna buy your product at that price.
Okay, I just wanted to double check to see. I didn't want to, get behind or miss anything. So
You're plenty. You are ahead of everyone. You are one of the 6 students that are ahead of us. So you can take your time doing that.
Yes, Chef.
Yeah.
What did he say?
You're doing very good job. Let me tell you.
Hey, Cameron, I accidentally muted you.
So much, Chef.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, okay.
Cameron Enriquez, start changing the names down, please.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not done. I'm still pricing the rest of my recipes. I was gonna
Okay.
do it at the end.
Okay.
Can you
Chef,
take a break, Chef?
I'm gonna get out a little break, okay?
Yep, go for it.